Yeah, we're coming back. Spunk should be back probably in the next 4 or 5 minutes. After 15 minutes of talking, then he have to wait 15 minutes, and then he can call back. But while he is calling back, I'm gonna tell him that um God no, I hate to see you, Riz and Knowledge. I don't know why Knowledge. I see your name and it's throwing me off. But I'm gonna tell him that y'all said what's up. I'm finna get back at it too, as far as my podcast. Uh, I've been bull jiving, bull, whatever you want to call it, for way too long. It's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of y'all probably not even familiar with the Charlie Kirk situation. You probably heard about it, probably blew your head. I mean, you probably ain't thinking more about it. You probably think it's some old white conservative assassination that happened, though. But if you dig deep into this assassination of Charlie Kirk, it's deep. It's real deep. I mean, it's coming out now that the people all around him are part of the setup. But take time out to check it out though about Charlie Kirk. Let me give you a good reference to check it out. Check out Candace Owens. Candace Owens, or this guy named Ian. I forgot his last name, but they break it down to where the shot came from. If you really got shot from the front or behind, basically, for those who don't know, I'm gonna catch you up while Spunk come back. And also, my chat line is open though, so if you want to chat about anything, you can go ahead until you get back. But basically, Charlie Kirk was, I guess, conservative, right wing media speaker, and he spoke mostly to the college students, young college students. And basically, he was very, very pro Israel, very pro Israel, to the point where he just couldn't take it no more because of what's going on over there in Gaza. Okay, Israel, well, I would say it's not really the Israeli government, but I'll say the people who call Zionists, put it that way. The Zionist people were paying Charlie Kirk over $100 million. They were supporting his whole movement as long as he would keep hush hush about what's going on in Israel. But for the last month or so, he just couldn't keep silent about it. So he told people that he was going to speak out about it. He spoke out about it. He had people on his shows that the Zionist people do not like. They call them anti-Semitic, and that was too far, so they say. And long story short, he got assassinated. They're blaming it on this little country redneck boy climbing on the roof with a 30-yard six and shot him in the neck. But it's way more to that story. If you break it down to that story, he's basically getting railroaded. But for those who are not into that kind of stuff, I'm probably talking Spanish to you, so I'll change the subject a little bit. Uh, when I start back on my podcast show, I'm gonna start back soon because now, and one thing I like is healthy competition. And I believe they call the 74 East boys. They doing their podcast. Petey, yeah, Petey, good people, and that's what we need. We need healthy competition, not no talking about somebody behind their back about their podcast and this and that though. Because I'm gonna interview him, and he probably gonna interview me. But the whole purpose of both of our podcasts is to communicate to our people. We know now that people are not watching local news. People are not watching NBC, CBS, CNN, whatever, though. But you still need to be informed, and that's what we here to do. We're also here to spotlight our local people. As you already know now, a lot of celebrities, a lot of rich and powerful people, they demonic, and they did whatever and whenever for the fame and the money that they have. So we need to not have our kids looking up to them and spotlight our local people. I'm hoping Spunk not having no problems right now. Like I say, he had to wait 15 minutes. I believe it's been about 17 minutes now before he came back. I apologize too. I don't know what, as far as his voice, why you couldn't hear it. On my board, everything was lightening up, and then I heard him perfectly. He heard me, and my board was lightening up. But I was told that you couldn't hear his um, his voice. But I nigger rig some kind of way. When he called back, I hold I hold my phone to the microphone so you can't hear what he say. But if he can't call back today, tonight, whatever, he will call back tomorrow. And that way, me and him, I have the kinks. I guess I have the kinks out of it. I don't really know yet what's wrong with it though, but I'll fix that. But anyway, this podcast is basically going to be for all of us. Everybody that's looking right now, knowledge, Riz, whatever, basically to chat in and tell us what's going on with y'all at. Or even if you want to be on the show, there's a link. A lot of people are nervous when it comes to being in front of a camera and you going on. Once you break the ice, it'll be all right. You know me, I'm not the best talker. I talk fast. I mess my words up or whatever though. But if you sit back and let the small things hold you back from doing anything or the big things, you'll never do nothing. Everybody got a flaw. Just because somebody ain't told you your flaw, or you might think your flaw is bigger than what it is. Break the ice. Step out there. We only get one life to live. As you know right now, it's at least 5 funerals that happened this week right here, and most of them not even older than me, not even older than the age of 52. So we gotta live our life. We gotta live our life. You can't live a life being scared, watching the news, thinking wars or whatever. Nah, we gotta live our life. We gotta come together. Like I always say, grow our food, control our money. But I ain't gonna hold you up long because I believe something is wrong on Spunk end of the situation. But more than likely, when I get off, it's probably when he's gonna call my phone back. And I apologize too because I wasn't even expecting his call. I had his name down in my phone had the same name as somebody else. So I'm sitting here chilling, if you to answer the phone, and it was him. So he couldn't hang up. So I had to try to set the computer up and everything. And that's probably what went wrong as far as y'all hearing him. But like I said, I'm gonna get them kinks out, and I'm also gonna get off my ass and start doing the podcast at least twice a week. Uh, I asked for some help the first time, and I got some people in the inboxes, and I've been busy myself, so I ain't gonna lie about that. But it's too much stuff going on. If you stay in East Arcadia, Bladenburg, Greensboro, Raleigh, whatever, it's something going on, and you know for yourself, we can't turn on the TV and see the news, and they're gonna tell our story about what's going on. They're gonna know about what we got going on and tell a whole different story. So, what are we gonna do about it? Are we gonna sit here and act like we're not grown people and start our own thing? That's the thing that happened that really got out of us as black people. Back in the 60s, whenever someone didn't do something for us or didn't want us to participate in their thing or whatever, we did our own. We always did our own, whether it was a school bus, or our own schools, our own police and neighborhoods, or whatever. So we need to get back to that kind of mentality of doing our own. If we're not gonna, if the news not telling our stories, we can't be crying or being lazy about it whenever everybody has the internet and we can do it ourselves and we can tell the truth about it. A lot of truth going on. I'm not gonna hold you up on this one though, but I've been doing some digging, and the older you get, you rather be wiser than smarter. And I've been doing some digging about this slavery thing. And I've been doing some digging about a lot of stuff that Kanye West been saying that we call him crazy. Ugh. Okay, one thing he was saying about the Confederate flag, wearing the shirt and the whatever. But if you do your homework, you know that the Confederate flag was ours first in America. Black people in America, not the black people that they say came off some boat, whatever. But that flag belonged to us first. Something else he said too. Uh, it was about slavery. He ain't say it in so many words though. But have you ever seen a slave ship? They show you all kinds of stuff from history, or whatever. Titanic under the sea, or whatever, or some kind of old artifact. You ever seen one of them? I guess it had to be a long slave ship with many chains and all this kind of stuff. They got to be docked somewhere. It had to be a lot of them if they brought millions of slaves here into South America. Why could we never seen the slave ships? And also, if you ask any um, lieutenant or captain in the Navy about crossing the Atlantic, coming from Africa to here, to this day, 2025, ships made out of steel avoid going across the Atlantic coming here because they say that water in that sea is just too it's too rough, it's too terrible. I mean, if you know your history, you know the routes of many hurricanes coming from the coast of Africa this way. So they say that basically a ship made from wood and nails, basically not even screws to hold the wood in tight. A ship made from untreated wood and nails put together with, first of all, who rowed that boat from Europe or wherever, or from Africa? No, who rowed it to Africa? Damn, who rowed it from Africa to there? Who rowed that? Who rowed that back? Who rowed the boat to Africa to get people? It's a long story about the slavery thing, though. But the more you dig about it, it's seeming to be a whole lot of BS because there were a whole lot of black communities, towns, whatever you want to call them, here in America, but way before Christopher Columbus and the whole slavery story. There are pyramids here. There are all kinds of proof that has been covered up, even in the Grand Canyon, about proof of people being here. It was something else too that it was showing that proof that we were okay. I found out something too. Okay. Let me see if I can hear Sam right quick. This Sam, I guess he called in for Spunk. Yeah.
Yeah, what up, kid? I was trying to see if I can hear the interview. It's over with.
Well, I had problems the first time, Sam. People couldn't hardly hear Spunk, but you know when he in the feds, whatever, he can talk for 15, then he got to hang up for 15, then he can call back for 15. But something must have happened, and he ain't called back yet. But like I told him, just call back tomorrow, and I have all the kinks worked out, and then because he surprised me when he called me tonight, you know.
Yeah.
But if anything you want to ask him, whatever, um, text me or I have the comment section open whenever he do call back, and that way I can read it to him live if you write a comment or whatever.
All right, so about what time you gonna be up?
I'm gonna try to get up with him. You know, it's basically on his schedule. I'll be home tomorrow. You know, because the time changed, so it get dark early. So
Yeah.
I'll be home at 6. You know what I'm saying, before 6. So it's up to him. And I Sam, tell you what I do. I talk to him first, and whenever me and him get a time, I do a little 2-minute thing on Facebook, letting people know, you know, what time he gonna call.
All right, then, cat.
I'll do it, man. All right, Sam, hold down, man.
All right, peace out.
All right. Oh, now see, you heard Sam just now, but I believe it might be that jail thing. It might be the jail as far as calling from that kind of phone. But you know us black people though, we're gonna work around that. If I got to hold the phone to the mic or whatever. But as y'all just heard, Sam Smith was fine and clear, the same way whenever Spunk called. But for some reason Spunk couldn't be heard. So it's probably when you call in from the jail. Okay. I'm gonna do another section too for the podcast. It's basically a relationship segment. This is going to be a real relationship, not that fairy tale stuff. We got too many people that are have a fairy tale version of marriage or life or relationship or whatever. And older people are more wiser. They've been through stuff. So it's time for us to give the real game to the younger people so they know what to expect in life. And when you know what to expect, then you know how to handle yourself and how to govern yourself according, like they say in church. But I am gonna get off my ass and start the podcast back. And one of the main reasons for that is the 74 East Boys. It is. Okay. I'm gonna start doing a whole lot more and I want y'all to help me. Just comment in what's going on where you at, or I have a phone number on there so you can call in live. So the way it's going now, I probably do one tomorrow because Spunk probably call tomorrow, probably around the same time. So let me turn this off. So I'll give you a heads up tomorrow when he call. 'Cause I know a lot of people want to talk to him. I'm gonna try to figure it out how you can talk to him too at the same time. So just give me a minute. For right now, you can only comment in. All right. I want to say my condolences to a lot of people in Blaine County that's going through it right now. Either you burying somebody, you have, or you about to. My condolences. I mean, no more I can say about that. I mean, words can't say everything. But other than that, though, I want y'all to be with me. Come back with me. It's called A.M.P. All my people. That means not just black people. If you broke and you about that life, as far as getting your hustling on and helping out your people, or the next man that's down, that's what it's for. It ain't for the hard heads. It ain't for the negative people. It ain't for none of that stuff. All right. It's for the positive people. Other than that, Spunk, if you still watching, man, just give me a holler tomorrow and we'll set it up. Other than that, to everybody out there, um, be patient with me. I do have my cousin that's gonna come on the show too, and he want to do his thing. He has a Carrier Express business. Okay, I said that earlier on one of my lives, and he's ready to, because he's trying to hire people for that. Other than that, y'all be safe out there. All right, peace.